venue. Tiger Stadium, Baton Rouge. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the LSU Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
The Notre Dame head coach told me before the game, this is a challenging environment, bringing his team in here against a very quality opponent. This has so many implications for postseason, rankings, strength of schedule, all of those metrics. But more important, he knows how hard it is to get a win here on the road. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. He'll bring it out. It's Walton. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. On the ground, it's Mobley. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him one.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Rides to the back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
So already a challenge on this opening drive. It's 3rd and 9. You want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. Still 3rd down, but more ground to cover after the flag. Here's Carr to throw. Fires to the right. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first 3rd down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Durham. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Durham. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Now he's going to break the pocket. Throwing on the run. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Got room on the return. He's at the 40. At the 20. Takes it in. Touchdown, Irish.
Dude, you're just thinking, hold him to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no. You turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
The give to Caden Durham. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. LSU quick to the line. Looking downfield, it's Levitt. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And if you turned on the tape last week, you're getting more of the same in the first quarter. This defense last week harassing the QB with 6 sacks, now getting out the gates in the first quarter and getting their first one.
First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Caught behind the line. It's Mobley. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Irish might opt to take a shot here on 2nd and inches. Quick completion to the right. At the 45 on his way. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Man, that is exactly how you execute an RPO. Like, quick read, get the ball out of your hand, get it to your receiver in space really quickly on target, and you can make big plays. That they made that RPO look so smooth and so effortless.
An explosive play takes them right outside the red zone, and they've got it 1st and 10. Off the RPO, complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. They'll run it. It's Williams. There's some room. Got enough space. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score came on an impressive run from the 20. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. At the end of that play, there is still a member of the Fighting Irish down on the field. That's the sophomore safety that the trainers are taking a look at. We'll let you know how he's doing as soon as we find out. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Takes the handoff. It's Berry. He'll step out of bounds at the 23-yard line after a productive play for this offense.
We'd love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? They'll send the back in motion. Back to pass, it's Levitt. Finds his tight end. Could not make his way to the corner. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. The run inside. It's Mobley. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge 3rd down coming up. Carr above the noise. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody in the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
He'll field the punt. And he steps out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the 1st quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. Let's talk for a minute about LSU. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Got his man. Oh, he's got some space. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown, cut into their opponent's lead.
Going with the ground game left. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that play.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Right back to it. Finding open areas. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. LSU right back to the line. Back to throw, it's Levin. Quickly to the tight end. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. The Tigers look to keep this drive humming. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Makes a catch. Finds a crease at the 20. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's a really good job by the quarterback, man. You run the play action, you want to take a shot. Nice job taking the check down. Running back does the rest and chews up some yardage.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it.
And into the end zone. Touchdown LSU. He ran through 2 men on his way to the end zone.
That's why, as a defense, you have to game tackle this guy. You've got to bring multiple bodies to the party because he's just way too strong of a runner. It's too hard to tackle this guy one-on-one.
And how about the running back, man? That's a grown man. Like, you could tell, once he gets his feet moving, he is hard to bring down, breaking tackles, making plays. This is a guy that doesn't need a great offensive line because he continues to make plays even when they're not there to be made.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They took it 68 yards on that drive, and they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it out. It's Walton. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Turning it on. The 40. Past the 30. He's at the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Handoff, Caden Durham. Nifty run there, pickup of 6 out through the 25. LSU quick to the line. Quarterback may change this route. Looking for a man. It's Levitt. Gets it out fast. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
A nice job of awareness on defense there on that 3rd down. You know, you're expecting the offense to throw the football, but it's not just going to be receivers or tight ends you got to worry about. You got to keep your eye on where that running back is. They knew exactly where he would be, and they were able to make the tackle setting up 4th.
The kick is on its way. No fair catches here, looking for room. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Carr. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Well, the QB looked like he knew where he wanted to go with that football, but give the defense credit. They were able to swat that one away.
The chains now on 2nd and long. Looking for space. It's Mobley. There's a crease. He's got 99 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Throwing, Carr. Right on the money. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Flips it out on the screen. Breaks into the open. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
Well, they're going to try to get this guy the football as many ways as they can. You're going to see it, obviously, in the running game, but here doing a nice job in the pass game, too. Leaking him out of the backfield, working the right side of the field. That's a nice game by the offense.
Pickup of 5 is now 2nd and 5.
And I think this is the part of the field where your alert should go up. Like, the radar should go up. These touch passes, like, to get to the perimeter. You've got the middle really secure with bigger bodies and more people in the box. So, nice job by this defense, seeing the ball spit out wide to a playmaker, being ready for it, and getting him on the ground.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. On the move. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Back to throw, it's Levitt. Working that left side now. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that.
That might be the play that turns the momentum in this game, right? They're getting blown out right now on the scoreboard. It's late in the half. They've got to come away with a touchdown, but that might be the guy you need to keep going back to in the passing game to get yourself back in this game.
Gets it to the back. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. LSU right back to the line. On 3rd down, here's Durham. They got him on the ground. Great tackling by this D to stop him short of the first down marker. Now the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Trying to do it on the ground. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26.
Well, the defense was able to get to the QB, and I think that's what really creates the interception. Because of the pressure and because of the hit on the quarterback, it affected the velocity, it affected the accuracy of the throw. The defense comes away with a huge takeaway.
This late in the half, here's the question: how aggressive will the play calling be? The Fighting Irish called their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. On the run, it's Hall. Here's a little room there. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on 2nd down. And you see guys bleeding into the second level of the defense, getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Keeps it on the draw. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We begin with a look at Illinois taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes. And it's the Illini who win it on their home turf. They take pride in protecting their dirt, so to speak, and they did so today. And you come out on top in a game where both teams are just outside the top 25. That's a tremendous confidence builder for this team and that staff.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game. I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Safe completion on the screen. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
And that's a nice job by the offense. Man, I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. And this time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
Oh, man, what a missed opportunity. Big fella almost got to run with the ball. Instead, it falls incomplete and brings up 2nd down. Handoff, Durham running left. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
To throw, it's Levitt. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And you thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Irish back on offense. Here's Carr to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
Oh, but could be an alley. Picks up the first down. Carried it all the way down to the 35-yard line before they finally got him stopped.
And right there you see the key to this football team's success. Not just offensively, they rip off explosive plays. That's why they've been winning games here as of late. They can get chunks at a time. They've got playmakers all over the field.
Hauls it in. At the 20, he's got space. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
They really got this offense humming. Just a fourth play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. He goes out of bounds, but what a play to create a sudden change opportunity.
And if that don't light your fire, your wood is wet. The best play on a field is when the big boy, the most athletic people on the field, the defensive linemen, make game-changing, awesome, super athletic interceptions.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
Plows through the defense. LSU quick to the line. Looking to pass. It's Levitt. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Here's a heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out, he completed over 80% of his throws, but things just not going his way in this one. You've got to give the defense a ton of credit.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical by that D-line, too.
He wants it all. On target to the left. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Irish! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And it started with their offense. They put them in a bye, man. They're already trailing, needed a good possession here in this 3rd quarter to cut into the lead. What do? They turn the football over, short side of the field. Their defense doesn't hold, and this game is getting out of hand.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. And that last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. They're working that left side. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And, man, you got to love that from your corner. Willing to pull the trigger right away. Obviously, the running back slips out of the backfield. They throw him the football, but he doesn't waste any time. He doesn't hesitate, pulls the trigger, runs at him, makes the nice tackle, and gets the stop.
Here's a give to Durham. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down. here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Running inside, it's Durham. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
To the air, it's Levin. It's complete to the right. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. And there will be no return on this one, and he can't get it out of bounds. The ball will come out to the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll move the tight end. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Carr. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. The pass falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of this quarter. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Ready, go! On the run, it's Mobley. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. Wants to bring it back. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. There he goes. Breaks the tackle, and he's got room. Found some open space and turned on the Jets. Nothing but a vapor trail left behind that guy, and the defense straight to the burn unit.
And, man, that does not feel good. As a defense, you're trying to limit the big plays, keep that guy in front of you. That guy says, wait a minute, I'm way too fast for that. They're going to need to work on those angles. That's for dang sure.
Coming out with it, it's Walton. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Runs for the tackle. And they not only knocked him down behind the line, they also put him back under the century mark for the day.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
They'll go right back to it. He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one.
They've got the lead, but here in the fourth quarter, it's starting to dwindle. And if they're going to hang on to this game, they've got to be able to run it. It's a really tough thing to do when the opponent knows exactly what you're going to do, but this is what you train for. You've got to be the more physical unit right now.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Get it out on the screen.
Just putting a lot of pressure on the back there, throwing it to him behind the line of scrimmage on the perimeter, 3rd down. You're going to have to make a lot of people miss. There was just nowhere to go, and he just had to run out of bounds.
He gets a block. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. So the last couple of possessions trying to put together a rally, but is it too little too late? Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. LSU right back to the line. Dropping back, it's Levitt. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Wants to throw it again. Escapes the pressure going right. Quickly out to the tight end.
It just took the quarterback a little too long to find his tight end that time. He's out there by the sideline, wide open. If the quarterback can just get it to him a hair sooner, he's going to have a chance to advance that thing forward, and they're going to get more yards. So the quarterback just has to be able to make his decision a little bit quicker moving forward.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this football game. The offense has carried their weight, and this is looking like a great outcome.
And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a 1st down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Oh, he's got a chance. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. He's up to 107 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there.
Finding some room. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats.
Yeah, and they've had a day. And it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can turn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
Gets the back moving. Throwing. Carr. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Gain of 2 on the play sets up 3rd and 8.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Here's the pressure. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
And you've really seen the evolutions of tight ends, man. These guys are no longer just big bodies that block like the extension of the offensive line. They're more like receivers, and I love when the quarterback gets it out of his hands, and then you just watch. Like, they can make plays. They can run people over. They can now run around people. Like, so nice to have these tight ends.
Notre Dame comes to the line, that last completion, giving them a fresh set of downs. Running the red zone, it's Mobley. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Got it set up on the outside. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Defense has their hands full with this one. I know he's not the biggest guy playing the running back position right now, but they know he's going to be catching it too, and they're going to have to bring this guy down in space. In the passing game, they better make sure they get a lot of hats to the football. They've got their hands full.
About to snap it for the 8th time on this drive, and it's a 3rd down and 4. They'll move the wide receiver. They're in the gun, 3rd down. Here's Carr. Finds him out of the backfield. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. While they could run victory formation, you also have to think about padding those stats. Good, right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead.